When it comes to gaming or watching movies on the go, nothing really beats a tablet. Some people might argue that portable smartphones are a better choice, but then when you think about some of the features like longer battery life and of course the bigger display, the argument becomes less convincing. Carrying around the right tab is just like carrying around a mini PC. In today's video, we're going to be looking at 5 of the best tablets for watching movies and playing games in 2020. At number 5, we have the Huawei MediaPad T3. If you're on a tight budget, this is definitely the best tablet for you. This tablet costs around £110 or $170, which is insanely cheap for a tablet. So keep that in mind as we go on to talk about its features. On paper, there is a lot going on for the Huawei MediaPad T3. It is a pretty decent tab for the money and can turn into a multitasking machine with a desktop UI. Once you attach a Bluetooth keyboard to it, this tablet also feels pretty premium for its price. Although it's not a full metal build, its backplate is made out of aluminium, and the sides and top of the tab are made with a plastic frame. It also has rounded edges, so holding it for long is no problem at all. You get a single downward firing speaker, which is not bad for the money. However, since it's on the bottom, it's easy to cover it up while gaming or watching a movie. This tablet comes with 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of storage, which is expandable via a micro SD card. The screen is not the best, rocking just an HD resolution of 1280 by 800. Having said that, the screen is just 9.6 inches, so it's not really noticeable. Also, it's an IPS display, meaning colors, viewing angles, and brightness are all on point. If you need a handy little tablet to play around with, or something you can take with you on the commute and not be scared of giving it a beating, this is definitely the tablet for you. Next, we have number 4, which is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e. This tablet takes it up another level. It is an Android tablet with a great screen and excellent speakers. The screen has really tiny bezels that are pleasing to the eye, but still wide enough to give you a good grip on the device. This design also makes one-hand use for reading easy. For a tab under £370 or around $400, the S5e offers one of the best OLED displays you can find on the market. Its screen is a 10.5-inch 2560 by 1600 AMOLED display with about 450 nits of brightness. So, if you are gaming in the park on a sunny day, you don't have to worry about losing sight of your screen. Contrast, colors, and sharpness are at their best on this tab too, which doesn't come as much of a surprise when you consider the fact that Samsung makes the best screens. On to performance. The processor used on this tab is the Snapdragon 670 and an Adreno 615 graphics chipset. Storage for this device starts at 64GB and can be upgraded all the way up to 128GB for a few more bucks. You also get either 4GB or 6GB of RAM and a dual 2.0 GHz plus Hexa 1.7 GHz CPU. The only thing that's lacking with this tab is a 3.5mm headphone jack, so you might as well add to the budget for a wireless headphone or an adapter. However, if you don't have the cash, the speakers on this tab are fantastic, so you could possibly make do with them instead. In summary, this tab is not as expensive as the remaining 3 on our list, but it definitely punches way above its class. So if you need an all-round decent tablet with a few premium features and a sweet design and at a mid-range price, you really cannot go wrong with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e. If all this isn't enough for you and you think you want more from an Android OS tablet, you should consider the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6. Speaking of which, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 is number 3 on our list. The S6 is the best option for Android users who are looking for the 2-in-1 experience that competes with the likes of the Apple iPad Pro and Microsoft Surface Pro. Starting off with the design, this tablet is small enough to slip into small bags and you almost will not feel its presence thanks to its lightweight design. The large 10.5-inch screen is surrounded by slim bezels that still offer enough space to hold the tablet without affecting the display. This design is also more durable than older tabs designed with glass backs. The S6 features a strong aluminium case. On the screen of this laptop, you get a super AMOLED display that works perfectly on sunny days at its 2560 by 1600p resolution. Colors are rich and sharp, and dim scenes aren't going to be a challenge thanks to the impressive maximum brightness of the screen. If you are watching an HDR movie, you'll have zero worries with this tab, as it has HDR10 Plus support. Regarding performance, this tab is equipped with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 processor. You also get 6GB of RAM and 125GB storage, plus a micro SD card slot. If you need more, you could pay a bit extra for the larger 8GB RAM and 256GB storage model. This tab offers pretty big competition to the likes of the iPad Pro and the Surface Pro. It may not be on that level just yet, but Samsung is getting really close. You can purchase the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 for around £570 or $650. It is undeniably a great tablet and offers good value for money. On to number 2, we have the Apple iPad Pro. There is a wide array of tablets in the iPad line of Apple devices, and knowing Apple, they've made a name for themselves by consistently dishing out premium devices that are, however, also pretty expensive. Having said that, we've come to understand that if you can afford an Apple device, they are always good for the money, and the iPads aren't any different. Although Apple has a habit of making iterations to their models with different upgrades each year, you find that even older models still hold well in the modern world. So when it comes to the Apple iPad Pro, we really find it hard to pick a clear winner. You could always go for the first generation iPad 11 Pro, as they still function fine. In this first gen version, you get the most powerful chip by Apple, the A12X Bionic chip, with a neural engine and 64GB of storage. And you also get up to 1TB depending on your budget. The display is an 11-inch liquid retina display with ProMotion tech and True Tone colors. The beast battery of this tablet can last up to 10 hours at full capacity. It also has 4-speaker audio with a wider stereo sound. The only fault you might find on this device is that it is expensive. You can get it for around £800 or $700 on Amazon. If you are looking for a bigger size and can increase your budget for a few hundred extra, you could consider the 3rd generation version from 2018, which is also available in a 12.9-inch variant. If, like us, you crave the latest technology and can stretch your budget to over £1,000, then you could go for the 2020 model of the iPad Pro that offers the latest A12Z Bionic chip with 7-core graphics. These two features alone will give this device the best gaming performance in the market. Before we reveal the number 1 spot, if you are enjoying this video, then please give it a like and maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. We have loads more videos just like this one coming soon. So here we have it, our number 1 tablet, and that is the Microsoft Surface Pro. Honestly, it was pretty hard picking between the iPad Pro and the Microsoft Surface Pro for first place. But we decided to go for the Surface Pro, and you'll see why in a moment. Now, like the Apple iPad, there are a lot of devices under the Surface Pro line. So that also creates a challenge in trying to pick the best one, because they're all so good. Trimming it down to the best 2, you can either go for the Surface Pro 6 or the Surface Pro 7. The best thing about the Surface Pro is that it runs Windows operating system, meaning that you can access all your Windows PC games on this device. Moving from software to hardware, you get a 12.3-inch multi-touch Pixel Sense display with a resolution of 2736 by 1824. You also get 1.3 GHz Intel Core i5, Intel UHD Graphics 620, 8GB of RAM, 128GB HDD storage, and 13.5 hours of battery life from a single charge. You can take it a step further and go for the Surface Pro 7, which gives you the new 8th gen i5 or i7 processor, up to 16 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, and more lightweight design. So why are they in top place? Well, it's simple. This tablet has specs that could allow it to pass for a laptop with the right accessories, so for both working and playing, this is the best tablet for the money. You can get the Surface Pro 7 for around £760 or $880 on Amazon right now. So that just about rounds up today's Ultimate5Picks video. If you liked this video, please don't forget to leave a like to support the channel so that we can continue to bring you more great content. And speaking of great content, why not turn that red subscribe button grey and ring that notification bell? That way you will be notified every time we bring out a new video. We can't wait to hear from you. If you wish to purchase any of the gaming tablets in today's video, then please feel free to use the links in the description, which will take you straight to Amazon. Until next time, have an amazing day and see you very soon.